Hi, I'm Chloe, and I bought this house for $97,000 with everything from the previous owner in it. Today, we're going to be researching some items that I found right here in the basement to answer the question, how much are they really worth? This is the treasure house. Hey guys, I'm in the basement studio that me and my sister made last video, and we are going to start our deep dive investigation into some of the treasures in the basement, starting with, you know what, let's just roll it on out. But before we launch our investigation on the vintage boat motor, I am so happy to announce that for the first time ever, I have a sponsor for today's video. So let's check them out and we'll be right back. Whenever I find something like this, an old photo or mysterious note, I can't help but to wonder what story it holds, who it belonged to, or what secrets it might tell. And that curiosity is exactly what drew me to today's sponsor, June's Journey. June's Journey is a beautifully designed hidden objects game set in the glamorous 1920s. You play as June Parker, the clever but inexperienced detective, as she is on a quest to solve her sister's murder. With June's Journey, every hidden object scene that you complete, you move the plot forward and discover more about the central mystery. I personally love the aesthetics of the game, and honestly, I get some decorating ideas while I'm playing. And speaking of decorating, as you continue playing the game, you earn rewards and coins that you can use to decorate your very own island. And the more you decorate, the more you unlock. June's Journey is basically like all of the best parts of the treasure house experience. You get the challenge of searching for a hidden object, the satisfaction once you finally find it and see how it relates to the larger mystery. And you don't have to deal with the stressful or difficult parts of the treasure house experience like dust, spider webs, and more dust. No, you just get to sit back, relax, and enjoy a classy, cozy hidden objects game, and you get to decorate. June's Journey really is for everyone. I put my sister onto it, I put my grandma onto it, and you can play and download it for free on your computer, tablet, or mobile device by clicking the link in my description box below or by scanning this QR code right here. Thank you again to June's Journey for sponsoring today's video, and now let's get back to Chloe's journey. And we're back on Chloe's journey of investigating this boat motor. So what I will do when I find an item in the house that I have no idea what it is, with this boat motor, we do have the brand name, but usually this makes it so easy. I will open Google up on my phone and I'll use Google Lens to just give me what the item is called. So we'll do that live right now. Okay, so I'm going to click this camera button on my phone, and then I am going to take a picture of this. And then they'll give us the AI overview, and also it's really helpful because they'll show other listings for the same motor. So let's read this overview. This is a vintage Evinrude outboard motor. Evinrude Outboard Motors was a North America company that manufactured two-stroke outboard motors. So we have the listings here. And here is a little tip that I have learned throughout my time of doing this, is you can search up an item, for example, this boat motor, and you can look at how much are people selling it for. But that's honestly not helpful information. For example, if you look up any Beanie Baby, there's someone on eBay right now selling it for like $20,000 because people are delusional. And we love our stuff, especially if it's collector's items. So the listings are a lot more than what the item is usually worth. So what it is important to look at is to look at the sold listings, what the item actually has gotten sold for. That will give you a more true estimate for the value of it. Looking right now, we have $85, $70, $125, and these are all items that are in stock. So that's not really helpful. Ooh, there's an offer up. He posted this 1 year ago for $485 and still hasn't sold it. So if anyone wants to buy it, help Kevin out. Another avenue that I found is really helpful when trying to get a general ballpark estimate for a vintage item is Facebook groups. So I found a vintage outboard motor Facebook group. So I'm gonna post my picture and see what the people of the community have to say. Sometimes these Facebook groups have rules where you can't ask for appraisal values or things like that. So I'm not gonna directly ask how much is this. I'm just gonna ask some other general questions and see if someone will just tell me out of the goodness of their heart and kind of get what I'm asking at without having to break any of the community guidelines. So let's see what the people have to say. So I posted a picture of this motor that I found in the Facebook group, and I just asked people, hey, how'd you guys get into vintage motors? Do you collect them? Do you restore them? What's up? Let's start this discussion. And I got 12 comments. Let's see what the people are saying. Again, I didn't ask how much this is worth, but people are telling me, which is very nice. Someone saw this motor and said, yeah, they're not worth a lot, so fix it up and go fishing. Have over 20. Fun to tinker with, but not a moneymaker. They said, don't worry, you're not paying off your house with this motor, but go fishing, have fun, live your life. Thank you. Ooh, this comment was super helpful. Someone said, this is a 1960 5.5 HP first year fuel pump, fun little motors, running maybe 150. If it was a 1959 dark blue, it adds $75 to $125. Someone else said, a really good little fishing motor. Some say the best. Simple to work on, not worth a lot unless you enjoy fishing and tinkering. I hypothetically enjoy fishing, but I haven't gone since the great fishing debacle of 2019, where my dad took me and my cousins out fishing and the boat caught on fire. Something with the motor sparked and we look and whoosh, the whole motor is on fire. And so we're all freaking out. My dad's grabbing a towel, trying to like beat the fire into submission. And we're all like, do we need to jump out of this boat right now and swim to shore? And we're looking around and we're all panicked, except my sister just goes, guys, do I have enough time to take my socks off before I jump in? I really don't want to have wet socks. So that's where her mind was at. Obviously I'm here, so I did live to tell the tale. My dad did beat that fire out, but the motor didn't make it. And we had to get towed to shore by a pontoon boat. Thank you to that guy. After that experience, never went fishing again. And so also that makes me a little wary of trying to fix up an old motor if our new motor caught on fire and almost ended our bloodline. Someone else said those old pots were very well engineered. And then Gary, he just posted 3 photos in my post and said, I have 3 to sell. Gary, this is my post. Why are you trying to sell your motor in my post? Oh, and then he goes, offers? Offers? Now that we have the full government name that one commenter gave us, I'm going to look that up, which is a 1960 5.5 HP Evinrude Fisherman motor, and see. Ooh, some YouTube videos popped up. Let's watch a YouTube video.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
I'm out on Manistee Lake today. It is August 30th, 2018, and this is motor number 3. This is my 1960 Evinrude Fisherman 5.5.
Yes. Yeah, we have that one.
Bought this motor last November at an auction. This one I bought for $20 at the auction, and it had some issues.
$20. So based on the Facebook comments, people are saying it's not worth a lot. Maybe it's worth $150 and it's worth nothing. And then this guy said that he bought it at an auction for $20, which implies other people were bidding, and that is kind of the highest that people would go. I think we can officially declare that this motor is worth $20. Now I'm looking at this guy's YouTube channel, Old Johnny Rude. Guys, subscribe to his channel. Mechanic, member of the AOMCI. That is the Antique Outboard Motor Club Incorporated. I saw that you can look at the active chapters, so I wanted to see if there was any in my area. And this search led me to
Side quest, side quest. Side quest, side quest.
From the Antique Outboard Motor Club, I was able to find a chapter near me, so I emailed them and asked if they would like the motor. I would love to donate it, and they got back to me right away and said they would love to have it. So then we went on a little trip to bring the motor from its prison in the basement to its new home. So we just got done dropping off the boat motor, and the guy was so sweet. He invited us to their chapter Christmas party, so we might go with that. And he got us something in this bag, so we're gonna open it up. What?
It's so cute.
Look at Whoa.
Oh my gosh.
What is that?
I'm about to go in.
Okay guys, we're updating the boat motor price. So I don't know, we said like $20. Actually, it's worth more than $20. It's worth a box of chocolates. Let's investigate our next item, which is, drumroll please, this thing. So the backstory with this item is that my dad this summer painted my house, and he was in my basement and he was like, you know what? My payment for painting your house will be that thing. So now we're gonna find out how much did I pay him to paint the house. And seeing what it is. This product shown is a Honda EU 2000i portable inverter generator. $1,000? $4,000? This man robbed me blind. $4,000? There's no way. Okay, let's see how much they sell this thing for new. Northern Tool, Honda EU 2000 portable inverter. Ooh, it's no longer available. Find similar products. $2,000. I'm a generous employer, I guess. Wow, I was paying way above the minimum wage for this. So we're looking that up. Oh, if you see this glowing strip, it's because I haven't had a spacebar for 5 years. EU 2000i Honda generator. Maybe it wouldn't be on eBay because how would you ship that? It's like 1,000 pounds. Maybe it's better to look on Facebook Marketplace. Let's do that. This up EU 2200i. I wonder on Facebook, can you look up sold? Sold. Oh yeah, you can. Okay, some people are selling it for $850, seems to be the classic price that they're going for. Some people are selling it for $700. Some people are selling it for $650, $900. I think that's safe to say that you could sell this generator for $850. That's going to be our final price. We're locking it in at $850. Of course, I can't sell it because I already gave it to my dad, but he did great labor, so $850 worth of labor. Next item on the agenda is probably going to be my favorite because I felt like I was June's journey, because I found a little scrap piece of paper earlier this year that gave me a hint and some insight into how much this item is. Let's go get it. Okay, I have to dig down here. I think I set it back here. 3-pack solar light set. This is so cute. So we have this 3-pack solar light set. I'm going to again Google this. Wait, actually, first I'm going to show you guys my junk journal. And in here, I just have miscellaneous scraps from the house that I have put together when I find them. And a couple months ago, I found this catalog. And let me find my scrap piece of paper that I found. Look. This, I think, is where they bought the solar panel lights. So it says, solar-powered yard critters. Each of our captivating critters has a tiny, brilliant, color-changing LED producing dazzling colors that radiate throughout the clear acrylic body. Garden stake style, that's the one we have, has a hummingbird, dragonfly, and butterfly, each on a 30-inch tall black plastic stake. So, oh, these people got robbed. Guess how much? Guess how much they paid for these. And I mean, this is adorable. This is so cute. But just guess how much. For the Stake Yard LED 3-light kit, $95. That is crazy. Plus, you probably had to pay shipping because this came from a catalog. So now the question is, how much could I sell it for? It is brand new. The box is a little warped, but let's get out our handy dandy Google Lens. Okay. Okay, again, they're telling us what we know from our little piece of paper. This is a one-stop garden 3-piece solar set, which includes a hummingbird, butterfly, and dragonfly. eBay, they're selling them for $19. Oh, and theirs looks in much better shape than mine. There is a comparable product that is being sold for $8. Yikes. And that's brand new. So, if the brand new one from 2025 is selling for $8, then maybe I don't know, like $2. Well, let's ask the comments. What do you guys think this would be resold for? What would you pay for it? Would you pay the $95? Yeah, so let me know how much you think this is worth. But it was a fun little mystery that we kind of solved. So I just can't believe that was $95. That is crazy. Next up, I think we have an item with a little bit of history. Let's see how much it's worth. Halt! Who goes there? Okay, for the longest time I thought this was a hummingbird feeder, but I think it's a lantern now that I see it in the full glory. Okay, so again, step one, I am going to Google search this. This is a vintage Dietz number 40 traffic guard lantern. It was originally manufactured in the W.C. Embury Company and later by the R.E. Dietz Company after they acquired Embury in 1953. This type of lantern was used by highway contractors and utility companies to warn drivers of road hazards. The red glass globe was used to signal stop or danger. Stop! In the name of the law. This is literally the OG red light. Let's use our skills. We're going to copy and paste the Dietz number 40 traffic guard lantern, and we are going to put it into eBay. So they're selling this one for $45. Let's search. So this seems like it's not too rare because there's a lot of listings. Let's filter and let's go to sold items. Let's see. Show 32 results. Someone sold it for 15 and that was in an auction. Someone sold it for 32. Someone sold it for 24. Someone sold it for 60. I wonder why that one was better off. Someone sold it for 35. Okay, based off of this, I would say this is gonna come in at around $30. Would we agree with that assessment? Now I'm gonna also look up some more history about this because it's kind of interesting. Oh, I have an idea. What if I go like this? This. Oh, I'm gonna turn off the lights. Don't. I was about to say don't get too scared, and then I just saw it's just a little guy. It's just a little millipede or something. Ooh. Okay. We're gonna actually turn off the lights. It's just me and the millipede now. Stop. Stop sign. Ooh, that's a little terrifying. Like, imagine just seeing this. Beware! Don't go! The roads are treacherous. Stop before it's too late. In the time it took for me to turn the lights back on, the millipede vanished. So it lives to see another day, but I am very unsettled by that. Guys, look what Squid just brought me. He's my security cat. Oh no, he's gone. He's clocking out. One more thing that I want to say about this lantern and another amazing resource online is Internet Archive. Internet Archive is my favorite website of all time. Basically, they have books, movies, TV shows, music that is all been preserved and recorded, and you can look on it. And so that's a really good resource when I'm looking through different objects to see maybe they have an original owner's manual that someone uploaded. And so I'm gonna go look at the number 40 traffic guard lantern and look that up on Internet Archive. Now I'm looking, this is the Diets, I'm sorry that I do not know how this is pronounced. The Diets Lantern Highway Torches Transitorized Hazard Warning Lights. So this is from 1955. I wonder if this is a manufacturer's book or for the customers. Little Wizard Lantern, 100 Contractor, and then this is the one! The number 40 Traffic Guard Safety Lantern, recommended for permanent traffic installations or construction problems of extended duration. Burns about 100 hours, features extra broad, non-tip base, and low center of gravity. Finished in brilliant red. Exclusive globe magnifies light into far-reaching beam. Cool burning, ring-tight bail, strong compact, leak-proof, storm-tested. The globe has a peephole for smokeless regulation. Now we are going to investigate our last and final item, which is, drumroll please, a literal sword. Let's go get it. Sword. Okay, I have this sword right here, and here is a funny story about this. When I first found the sword in my basement, a lot of the comments on TikTok were like, girl, you just found a Civil War sword. And I didn't even fact check them. I was like, oh yeah, sure, that's a Civil War sword. I just totally accepted that. And so later on, I was sitting at this event and my friend and her husband were in front of me, and he turns around and he's like, Chloe, have you found anything cool in your house? And I was like, yes, I just a couple days ago, I found a sword from the civil rights. I knew I said something wrong, but I couldn't think of it in the time. And you know, the conversation was continuing on. And of course, I realized what I said as I'm trying to fall asleep that night. And I'm just like, civil rights sword? Like what? Martin Luther King Jr. is like, I'm done peaceful protesting. Bring me the sword. Bring me the sword. So ever since then, I'm like, I actually want to investigate what this sword is, and we're gonna fact check the TikTok comments. So let's get into that. This sword is going to be our most ambitious research project yet. I'm talking, we're going to need to employ all of the tactics we've learned so far. Internet Archive, blog posts, Google Lens, Facebook groups. We're probably going to need to open up a physical book, but we will do so to get to the truth of how much this sword is really worth. Ooh, I got chills, you guys. I feel how Nicolas Cage feels like in National Treasure. I understand him now. So first, we are just going to do a classic Google search. Maybe we'll do Internet Archive first. We'll see if we can get some preliminary information about the swords. Civil War swords, Internet Archive. We are going to borrow this book from the Internet Archive, Weapons of the Civil War. Story time. This is Mines and Mini Balls, Weapons of the Civil War by Jean F. Blashfield. Okay, let's read this. It says, swords for show. Swords were basically a thing of the past by the time of the Civil War. That's what I was wondering. I was like, this seems like a very inefficient method, but who am I to judge? Officers and sergeants wore them primarily as a show of rank. Cavalrymen carried swords called sabers, which had a slight curve to them. Ours do have a slight curve to them. So that is something. Ding, ding, ding. Musicians, who usually carried nothing more lethal than instruments, were often issued a musician's sword. Wait, that's so cool. Shorter than non-commissioned officer's sword, it was used if musicians were attacked when performing their secondary duty of carrying wounded men off the field. Wow. They said first duty, the beats. Secondary duty, if I have to do it, I will carry wounded men off the field. But my primary duty is to the music. We got to get the playlist bumping. We got to get the morale up. We got to get everyone just, I don't know what music there is. I'll play some music if I find it on Internet Archive. I will play it right here. Wait, that just gave me an idea. Is like, say in the future, God forbid, World War III happens and they have to draft us. I'll be like, excuse me, historical precedent says that I get to run the playlist. So I'm just gonna be here. I got my Spotify. I'll curate a really good playlist, and that will be how I serve my country. America. That was all the book had to say on swords. So now I'm just gonna look up on eBay, Civil War swords, and we'll see what pops up. Civil War swords for sale. So they are selling this one for $472, and it says antique old U.S. Civil War model 1860 D.J. Millard cavalry sword with scabbard. This one kind of looks like this, and it has the loops that we saw on the sword. Let's see what theirs. Oh, they have a branding. Interesting. I need to get a magnifying glass because I can't read this. Now this is a website. I am on americanswords.com. American Swords LLC. It's in your past that you discover who you are. And then there's like a flag and then there's an eagle. Wait, I'm gonna say it again, but then we're gonna put the flag over it when I edit it, and then we're gonna put eagle screech. Okay. American Swords LLC. It's in your past that you discover who you are. Was it cool? Oh, there's so many cool swords. I'm not saying you're ugly. I'm just saying you could have been gold-plated. That would have been sick. But yeah, they have lots of bedazzled swords. Ooh, here's a section called Sword Identification. The basics. This page shows the basic patterns and sword forms by which one may generally categorize swords. So on the website, they're showing a picture of a M1860 cavalry saber and a M1840 cavalry saber. And the M1860 has a bump on the grip, whereas the 1840 is flat, and this is looking more flat. So maybe it's an 1840 cavalry saber. The M1840 cavalry saber is the enlisted man's saber, the wrist breaker. I'm going to pause the investigation to get a magnifying glass. I'm back. I got the magnifying glass, and this really could be the end of everything. Once I find out what is branded on that sword, maybe that will be the key that unlocks the mystery to this whole thing. So let's do that. And look who decided to join us down here. You brought us a little string. That's nice. Don't bring the millipede, okay? We've had enough of those. Let's see. We're gonna look up PDL. Ooh. PD Lunischloss. Officer? Was that an officer? Let's look up who P.D. Luneschloss is. The Peter Daniel Luneschloss Waffen Fabric Company was founded in 1810. It originally began as a cutlery manufacturer but started the production of edged weapons in 1848 during the American Civil War of 1861 to 1865. Luneschloss supplied edged weapons to both the Federal and Confederate forces. The company began producing bayonets in 1860. The Roman helmet and the sword trademark was registered by the Carl Luneschloss on September 15th. It all makes sense. So does that mean that this sword is actually Civil War sword? The pieces are piecing. I am on a website called Bygone Blades, and it is talking about an American model 1840 heavy cavalry saber, P.D. Luneschloss. I am officially locking in my answer that this is a cavalry saber, model 1840, P.D. Luneschloss, PDL. Evidence for this belief: PDL in an oval, yes. Wire grip, yes. Brass hilt that has 3 branches, yes. I think I'm ready to lock in a value. So for this sword, note, it is rusty. It has the PDL engraving, but it doesn't have any other dates or initial engravings in it. So for this sword, we are going to give a range that it is worth between $300 and $800. Not too bad for something that is almost 200 years old. I'll let you get one good look at her before we put it away. I'll show you the PDL. I don't know if you can even see it. Wow, thank you for your service to this country. Except if you were on the Confederate side, then yeah, no thanks. Wow, what a fun adventure. I had fun. I hope you guys did. Let me know if you like this style of video. Now, a final word from me when my hair was not up in this bun. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you want to see more treasures, make sure to subscribe. And don't forget to download June's Journey at the link in the description box. Thank you so much again for sponsoring today's video. Have a great day, you guys. Until next time.